Yo, 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 what is good? What is good? My name is Tristan. I'm a stuntman and photographer based out of New Jersey. And welcome to another vlog. If you've been here before, welcome back. If it's your first time, meeting me or seeing one of my videos, I'm happy to have you here. Be sure to stick around and try and drop some gems, share some of my thoughts, share, kind of what's been going on with me lately and what we're doing in the middle of a parking garage. So a few life updates. So about a week and a half ago, Gabby's family threw us a surprise engagement party at her parents' house. And it was really great just seeing everybody, being able to be there with all of our closest friends and family. Overall, it's just a really great time. This life update, about 3 weeks ago, I sprained my ankle training. So for the last 3 weeks, I've kind of just been in recovery, but the road recovery's been pretty steady. Did some rehab this morning with some heat, did some my exercises, then iced it. So, we're taking care of it, making sure that we're gonna be all good today. The reason why we are here in this parking garage is because a while ago, maybe a year, 2 years ago, one of the first videos I put up, I'm pretty sure it's my second video, I was doing self-portraits in this exact parking garage. It's just been a very long time since I've taken photos of myself, and I want to challenge myself. I want to get back into that mode of creating for me and trying different things, seeing what works, what doesn't work. Of course, also I'm into fashion, and so I want to be able to show my fashion sense a little bit more. So I'm gonna record the whole process. Right now I'm recording on my A6500 with my Sony 24mm f1.4. I also have a ND filter on it, so you might see, so I might look a little bit different. And then my A7R3 is right behind that, and I have my 85. And because I have this wireless microphone, I'll be able to talk to y'all kind of throughout the process and explain maybe what it is that I'm going for, or just little things that maybe, pop into my head. So to start off, I actually have my A7 III kind of off to the side over here, and then I'm kind of just gonna be posted over here. Right now, these are all just gonna be test shots, just to test the lighting, test the framing. I have it set at an interval timer, 3-second delay, 1-second interval. We're going for 5 shots. So I normally use this app to control the camera and the shutter and stuff like that, but it's being funny when it comes to the interval timer, so I'm only gonna use it to just frame myself in camera, and then I have my remote that I'm gonna use to actually control the shutter. All right, so app's not working, so we're just gonna have to make do with just being in the general area and kind of assuming that the camera's gonna focus on where it needs to focus to. I mean, I can probably, so what I'll do is I'll probably place a marker. That way I know exactly where I should be standing and just the general area to be in, to make sure that, I'm not out of frame or anything.
I wanna know how we became so distant, girl. The way we fell in love, it was almost instant. I'm trying to find a way around it. Girl, tell me how you feel about it. You still love me, that's the way it sounded. Thank God I would've never found it. I doubt it, I'm there for you if you.
So those actually came out really good. I'm in frame, looks in focus. So now I think I'm gonna try some with me kind of walking towards the camera.
Now you wanna know what's gotten it and tell me what's changed. I guess I had a hard time showing it at first, but maybe it's been that way. Maybe it's been that way.
A few shots that I actually like from the set of walking, and then also kind of just posing over here. I think I want to try maybe a new location in the parking garage. I'm not really sure if there's a rooftop that we can go to, but just something that has a little bit more light.
A few hours, but it feel like days. Only been days, but it feel like months. Been gone for a year, only know once. Life move fast when you do what you want.
So you just saw those shots that we took. So now I think I'm actually gonna pack up my stuff, and think we're gonna see if we can get to a higher portion of this parking deck, to see maybe we can get some on the rooftop outside, or just explore to see kind of what else is in here besides this level. There is no rooftop access. So this is kind of this. So right now we're kind of just on the top floor of the parking deck. I really like these lines right here, and these leading lines. So the camera actually set up directly right here, perpendicular to me, and I'm gonna use these leading lines to kind of play with shadows and highlights, and this corner and this in the structure and everything like that. So
What we could've been, what we should've been. If I wasn't with somebody, if we gotta hide it, what's the point of trying? I ain't just your friend, no, what's the point of lying? Trying to sell a story, ain't nobody buying.
So we're back here on the 3rd floor because the 4th floor really didn't have much to offer, and like the lighting was super harsh. I think because this top is covered, the lighting's a lot softer and just looks better than what we were doing upstairs, but we still got some dope shots. Right now, I think I'm gonna wrap up in a little bit, but I just wanna get like some headshots, some portraits, kind of be able to mix in with the full body photos and kind of like more fashion photos, lifestyle photos. So we're gonna do all that right now. All right, so that is a wrap on self-portraits. I finished up doing some last few shots of my A7R3. It was having, for whatever reason, while I was recording the ones I was shooting here, it was having an issue focusing. So I just had to like manually press the shutter button on the remote in order for it to actually focus on me for some reason. This felt good. I feel like I got, a good amount of shots to work with. I'm excited, to take these home and look at them and critique them and work on them. I got some dope video as well. So now I'm about to pack up my stuff, go home, make some food, and then we will upload the photos to my computer and I'll go through them, choose out my favorites, and I'll show y'all this process and you'll have a better look at how the photos actually came out because a lot of them you didn't actually see. I do want to kind of, leave y'all with this. In order to grow, in order to be better, you have to push yourself. You have to challenge yourself. You have to be uncomfortable. Doing a shoot like this is something that I've been delaying doing for I don't even know how long. Simply because I wasn't really comfortable with going out in public with both my cameras and taking photos of myself and honestly, not necessarily being concerned with people. I guess a little bit being concerned about what people might think, but also just like the attention that it would attract from like random people. I guess those are like aspects of doing content creation and vlogging and taking like self-portraits that you kind of just have to live with. But at the same time, like if you especially for me, like this is me talking to me, like if I want to be able to put out content on a regular basis, if I want to show off my fashion, if I want to, show off my photography, then I gotta be willing to just go out and do things for myself. I can't always wait for someone to book me for a photo shoot to set up my cameras and record. I can't wait for someone to book me for videos to be able to, to pull out all that stuff. And that goes for anything in life. Like you gotta learn to be uncomfortable. You gotta learn to kind of go with the challenges, because the only way you're gonna get better is by challenging yourself. Just doing the same thing that you already know how to do isn't gonna make you any better. But when it comes time for you to use a new skill set or to use new expertise or knowledge, like you're not gonna have that because you were never willing to push yourself beyond your limits. I think that's something that I learned in gymnastics, just because gymnastics is a sport where you're constantly testing your limits to see, what you can do, what new skills you can do. Same thing with going to the gym and working out. The only way you're gonna get stronger is by lifting heavier weight, you know what I'm saying? And so I think you should take that mindset with you in everything you do and anything that you're passionate about. Like if you want to be the best at it, if you want to be, or even not even be the best, but you just want to be great at it for yourself, like you gotta be willing to challenge yourself. You gotta be willing to suck. You gotta be willing to recognize your deficiencies and be able to critique yourself and figure out, where you can get better. You're gonna have to try and try and try and try and do all that shit again just to make, incremental steps. When I was learning photography, like my first photos weren't good. Like they were probably trash, or probably terrible. It was by studying those and studying, other photographers whose work I wanted to be comparable with. Like the only way I was gonna do that was by continuing to shoot and making little changes here and there until I finally got the end result that I did. And so that's kind of brought me to the point that I'm at now, where I'm comfortable doing photo shoots and video shoots by myself. Like I know what I'm doing. And even when you get down, when things just seem super hard, like it doesn't feel like there's any progress being made, like as long as you continue to try, do your best, give your all, make incremental changes, like the progress is gonna come. You know what I'm saying? Like even if you fail, you're not starting from over, you're starting with experience. Continue to push forward. You grow through what you go through. I think I first heard that when I was in college, but that's something that's really just always stuck with me since I've heard it. You grow through what you go through. Only way you're gonna develop those muscles, only way you develop the strength to push forward is by continuously pushing yourself and pushing yourself forward. Keep that in mind, because it's not always gonna be easy, it's not always gonna be perfect, it's not always gonna be pretty. It's gonna be ugly, it's gonna be hard, it's gonna be difficult, it's gonna be challenging. You're gonna fail, but you gotta learn to be okay with failure. You gotta be able to learn from failure, and you gotta be able to take the next step to do better next time. It is Tuesday, it's about 9 a.m. right now. Showing me doing the self-portraits in the parking garage. All that went real smooth. I already edited a few photos. I got some real dope video. I'm excited to like post all that content and also like mix it in with some other stuff. Went for a run, like 2 miles, so I was able, testing out my ankle and everything. Today's a busy day. I have to head in the city to do a rehearsal for a TV show. There is a scene written in the script, and the coordinator needed myself and a few other stunt people to kind of just help put together the fight that matches the scene in the script, just like the little details of it, just because in the script it's a very like broad explanation of what is happening like in the scene. So yeah, we worked out the beats and the pieces to put together. So we ran through it a whole bunch of times. We recorded it step by step and recorded like an overall. We recorded what's called essentially like a previs to show the director, the screenwriters, to show props people, locations, set, like to show the important people what the fight would look like, and to get an idea of how much space we would need, to get an idea of like what props we have available and like what's gonna be in the scene and stuff. So that was last Monday when we did that. Today we are going in to do another rehearsal, except this time it's with the actors. And so we're gonna, walk them through the beats, make sure that they understand everything. There might be a second rehearsal day just to like make sure that they got it. There's a good amount of beats in between the different sections. Like we worked it all out. So I'm going into the city today to do that. I'm also I'm still recovering my ankle. Again, like I was able to run, I was able to lift last week. So it's not necessarily prevent me from doing anything, but I can still feel like some stiffness and like a lack of mobility in my ankle, and so it's just like working on those things to make sure that I'm getting myself back to 100%. 9:20 right now. I gotta leave here at about 12:30, so I got some time. Probably gonna spend about an hour and a half editing, and then I'll shower, eat some food, and then head out. Oh, I mean, at some point I'm also gonna I'm gonna go to the gym this week. I didn't go yesterday, can't go today, so I'll most likely go tomorrow. Maybe I'll do yoga on Thursday, lift again on Friday, and that kind of takes us into the weekend. Also, filming on a full frame camera is definitely way better than filming on a APS-C. Right now, I'm actually recording on my A7R3. I normally record on my A6500 just because I'm the type of person where I like to use one thing for like a specific purpose. So I like having a photo camera and a video camera. And this is part of the reason why I really want to upgrade my A65 to something like the FX3, because I want to be able to have a full frame video camera that also shoots 10-bit, 4K. I can do 120 frames at 4K. So that's the next level up for me, is probably a better video camera.